Okay, so fraud number. If you are to recall from our discussion on the critical depth for any shape of an open channel, we have the equation differential head divided by differential depth is equal to, this is the discharge squared by the top base divided by the area cube acceleration due to gravity plus 1. So we set the differential head to 0, which means minimum specific energy when maximum discharge. So it's the same as discharge squared B divided by A cube area of the channel is equal to 1. Then if you are to take as the square root of both sides, so obviously this is still equal to 1, or this is equal to the fraud number. So we have the formula for the fraud number for any shape. Okay, for any shape of an open channel, the fraud number is equal to the square root of the discharge squared, the top base, divided by the area cube times the acceleration due to gravity. So how about for rectangular? So rectangular channel. So for rectangular channel, it has another formula since the top base of a rectangular channel is obviously equal to its bottom width. So let's say this is the top dimension is capital B. Well, ito naman yung small b. Basically, kapag rectangular, so pareho lang yan. So we can simplify this formula for the case of a rectangular channel. Okay, so we have the area. The area of a rectangular channel is obviously base times the depth. What is the equivalent of discharge? Discharge equal to area times velocity. So what about if we are to simplify this one? We have the fraud number is equal to the square root of this equivalent of discharge, that is area times velocity squared, the top base, but the top base is the same as the bottom width kapag rectangular. So ilagay ko na lang siya sa small b divided by the area cube g. So you have the fraud number is equal to, okay, so this is a squared, a cube. So meron tayong the square root of the velocity squared b divided by area acceleration due to gravity. So you have the fraud number is equal to the square root of, we have that is the velocity squared, the bottom width of the channel, area, what is the area of this rectangular channel, that is the same as base times d acceleration due to gravity. We may cancel b, so we have the formula. The formula for the fraud number for a rectangular open channel is equal to, we have the square root of b squared is the same as velocity divided by the square root of the acceleration due to gravity, then depth of flow. So, yung formula na to, applicable lang naman siya for rectangular. For any section, ito naman. Okay? So, what is the purpose of fraud number? That is to identify the stage of flow. So, we have the stages of flow. So, we have, if the fraud number is less than 1, this is a subcritical. Okay, subcritical flow. So, if we say subcritical flow, if the fraud number is less than 1, that is, we have a very low magnitude of velocity, mabagal yung flow, pero malalim yung tubig sa open channel. And we have the fraud number is equal to 1. Ito naman yung, this is the critical flow. So from our previous discussion, if we say critical flow, maximum discharge but minimum specific energy. Then if we have the fraud number is greater than 1, this is the super critical. So if you say supercritical, we have a very low water level on the open channel and masyadong mabilis yung discharge. Okay, so those are the stages of flow defined by the fraud number. This is hydraulic jump. So for example, we have a spillway, then we will be having a flow of water here. So suddenly we have a decreased depth of water, then a sudden increase. So this portion is called the hydraulic jump. So we have section 1 with a very, let's say, low level of water, D1, then a sudden increase, that is a D sub 2. Okay, first section, let's try rectangular section. So applying the second law of motion by Newton, that is the hydrostatic force of section 2 minus hydrostatic force section 1 should be equal to the mass times acceleration. From fluid mechanics, hydrostatic force is gamma bar h times the area. How to convert mass into, I think we can convert this one later in terms of the mass. So basically we have rho is equal to mass times mass over volume. So we have the mass can be expressed as rho times the, this is rho volume. So we have force number 2, that is gamma bar h number 2, area of section 2 minus gamma h bar number 1, area number 1 is equal to mass is rho times, okay, the mass is rho times volume, then what is the equivalent of acceleration? So acceleration is the change in velocity from V1 to V2, or that is the velocity at section 1 to section 2 over time. So what is the equivalent of volume over time? What is volume over time? So what is the equivalent of volume over time? That is the same as cubic meter per second. So that is the same as we have gamma, bar is number 2. What is area 2? Area 2 is the width, B times D2 minus gamma, this is bar is number 1. And what is area 1? That is B times D1. How to convert rho in terms of gamma? That is the same as gamma divided by acceleration due to gravity. What is volume over time? Volume over time is discharge multiplied by V1 minus V2. So we may cancel gamma in all terms. So what is the equivalent of bar h? Bar h is the distance from the surface to the center of gravity. So bar h number 2, that is simply half of distance number 2. So this is the same as d sub 2 over 2, bd sub 2, minus the same with bar h1, that is the same as d1 over 2, bd1. Then we have the remaining terms here will be, we have discharge over the acceleration due to gravity. How do you express b1 in terms of discharge? Diba we have basically discharge is equal to area times velocity. So velocity is discharge over area. So this is the same as velocity is discharge since velocity number 1 over area 1. What is the equivalent of area 1? Area 1 is BD1 minus velocity number 2 is discharge divided by B2, so that is divided by area 2. What is area 2? B d sub 2. So this is B d sub 2. Okay, then we simplify. So this is now the same as common denominator 2 on this side. Common denominator of 2, that is, we can factor out B. This is the same as d sub 2 squared minus d sub 1 squared is now equal to, I can factor out B and Q. So pag binactor out yan, that will be equal to discharge squared divided by, I can factor out B, then the acceleration due to gravity. This is now the same as 1 over D1 minus 1 over D sub 2. Okay, so we may still simplify. So yung B na to, ililipat ko sa kabila. This is the same as D sub 2 squared minus D sub 1 squared divided by 2 is now equal to, okay, what is this is discharge over B times B, this squared, acceleration due to gravity. Simplifying this one, this is d1, d2. Then we have d sub 2 minus d sub 1. Okay. Then we may factor out this one. What is the factor of d sub 2 squared minus d sub 1 squared? That is the same as d sub 2 minus d sub 1 multiplied by d sub 2 plus d sub 1 divided by 2. What is discharge divided by the width? Discharge over the width, can you recall from our critical depth lecture? That is the same as the unit flow squared divided by the acceleration due to gravity multiplied by d sub 2 minus d sub 1 divided by d1, d2. So we may cancel d sub 2 minus d sub 1. So we have in the equation, this unit flow squared divided by acceleration due to gravity is now equal to d1, d2 times, ay alternate ko lang, d1 plus d2 divided by 2. So this is the formula for the hydraulic jump. Take note, this is applicable for rectangular channels only, or rectangular open channels. So what about for any section? How do we compute for what formula can be used for any section? So you may start on this portion, ito, yung part na to. So on that part, that is gamma H2, or yes, I think pwede dito. So you have gamma bar H2, area number 2 minus gamma bar H1. Area number 1 is on this portion, that is gamma discharge over acceleration due to gravity. Yes. Okay. Then multiplied by V1 minus V2. So again, you may cancel gamma. So this is the same as area 2 bar H number 2 minus area 1 bar H number 1 is equal to discharge squared G. So dito, what is the equivalent of B1? That is 1, supposedly discharge, yung portion na to, discharge over area. So it's 1 over area 1 minus 1 over area 2. Supposedly discharge over area, pinactor out ko lang yung discharge. So we'll be having the formula discharge squared divided by acceleration due to gravity is now equal to area 2. Okay, so this is discharge squared divided by acceleration due to gravity. Area 2 bar H number 2 minus area 1 bar H number 1 all over this one. 1 over area 1 minus 1 over area number 2. So this is applicable for any shape. So you may use this one for trapezoidal or triangular section. So let's have an example. Example on hydraulic jumps. So a hydraulic jump occurs downstream from a 5-meter wide sluice gate. The depth is 1.5 meters and the velocity is 20 meters per second. So we have, let's say this is an open equivalent to a channel with a width of 5 meters. So the initial depth given, let's say depth number 1 is equal to, we have 1.5 meters. Then we have the velocity at section 1 given. So you have B1 is equal to, this is 20 meters per second. So first requirement is compute the initial Froude number. So you have the Froude number since rectangular. Froude number for number 1 is equal to B1. This is B1 divided by the square root of acceleration due to gravity times the depth of flow, number 1. So you have the given velocity is equal to 20. This is divided by 20 divided by this is the square root of 9.81. The initial depth given is 1.5 meters. So let us compute for the initial prod number. So the initial prod number is 5.21. This is obviously greater than 1, so therefore the stage of flow is, we have super, this is a supercritical flow, which means mababaw lang yung flow pero napakabilis. Okay, a very fast flow. The next requirement is compute the depth after the jump, that is depth number 2. So we are looking for depth number 2. We need first the discharge. Discharge is equal to area times velocity. So we can use area number 1. So we'll be having the discharge is equal to area 1, that is 5 times 1.5. This is multiplied by initial velocity na given 20. So we have the discharge now equal to 7.5 times 20. We have 150 cubic meters per second. Diba? So 20 times 1.5 is 30 times 5 times 20 is 150. Is equal to 150 cubic meter per second. Afterwards, we need the unit flow. How to determine the unit flow? This is the discharge divided by the width of the channel. So you have the unit flow is equal to discharge 150. This is divided by the width. What is the width? We have 5. So you have a unit flow equal to 30 square meters per second. Then since we are dealing with a rectangular open channel for the hydraulic jump, we can use the formula. This is the unit flow squared. This is divided by the acceleration due to gravity is equal to d1 d2 multiplied by d1 plus d sub 2 divided by 2. So we are looking for depth number 2. That is the depth after the jump. So we have the unit flow. This is, we have 30 squared. This is divided by, we have 9.81. Depth number 1 is 1.5. Depth number 2 unknown. Multiplied by depth number 1, 1.5 plus depth number 2. This is divided by 2. So computing for depth number 2. So depth number 2 is equal to 10.335 meters. So that will be the depth of flow on section number 2. So kumbaga, sabi niya, this is a sluice gate. So for example, ito yung reservoir mo. Kapag sluice gate, magre-release ka sa ilalim. So magkakaroon siya ng contraction, then biglang tataas. So possible this is your depth number 1. So after a certain distance, from the opening, this is depth number 2. So parang ganyan yung kanyang illustration. So initial depth is 1.5, then suddenly 10.335 meters. That is for a rectangular section. So let's try naman yung non-rectangular. So let's try a trapezoidal channel. So a hydraulic jump occurs in a trapezoidal channel with side slopes at 1:1 and a base width of 3 meters. If the upstream depth is 0.5 meter and the downstream depth is 3 meters, compute the discharge. So before the jump, ito yun, section 1, 1.5. After the jump, pataas na siya, that is 3 meters. So let us compute for the discharge. So we have the formula for the discharge. This is discharge squared divided by acceleration due to gravity is equal to area 2 bar h2 minus area 1 bar h1 all over 1 over area 1 minus 1 over area 2. So since kapag hindi na siya rectangular, medyo magulo, what we need to do is siguro determine these values, then substitute. So what will be the value of area 1? So area 1, that is area of a trapezoid. Since 1 is to 1, this is the same as 0.5, 3 meters, 0.5. So the dimension of the top base will be, it's 0.5 plus 3, this is the same as 4 meters. So area of a trapezoid, that is the top base 4 plus 3 over 2 times the depth 0.5. So we'll be having the value of area 1, this is 7 over 2, that is 3.5 times 0.5. That is 1.875, tama ba? 4 plus 3. It's 1.75 square meters. Okay? Then we have, how about the value of bar H1? This is bar H2. So as you can see, okay, we may separate, or we may separate the sections into triangles and rectangle para hindi mahirap kunin yung centroid. So we have two triangles, mas madali lang i-locate yung centroid compared to allocate siya as the whole trapezoid. So we have, this is, sabihin ko na lang na summation of area 1 bar H1. So, let's say, unahin ko yung rectangular portion. The rectangular portion is 3 meters by, yung height is 0.5. Yung centroid will be half of 0.5. Kalahati lang naman, that is for a rectangle. Then plus, we have two triangles on the side, so that is multiplied by 2. So area, that is 1/2 the base is 0.5 times 0.5. What is the location of their centroid? Centroid of triangle from the surface is 1/3 of 0.5. Okay, so this is the summation of area 1 bar H1. Take note that if you are measuring bar H1, that is coming from the surface. So we have that is equal to, this is 5 over 12 cubic meters. Take note that is area times the bar H. Okay, so 5 over 12 cubic meter. Then we proceed to section 2. So for section 2, we have area number 2. Okay, so this is 1:1. The depth is 3, so this is 3 meters. 3 meters, 3 meters. So we'll be having a top base. Obviously, it's now equal to 9 meters. So area of a trapezoid, that is 9 plus the bottom base 3 divided by, this is divided by 2 times, this is multiplied by 3. So we have area number 2 is equal to, so that is 9 plus 3 is 12 divided by 3 is 6 times 3, this is 18 square meters. Tama ba? Yes, it is 18 square meters. Then again, we have the summation of area 2 bar H number 2. So again, all you have to do is locate the centroid of these areas from the liquid surface, from the surface of the open channel. So we have, unahin natin yung rectangular portion, that is a square, 3 times 3 times centroid is, ay kalahati ng 3, 1.5 plus The triangular portion, we have 2. That is 1/2 of 3 by 3. Then, center of the triangle is 1/3 of 3, or simply equal to 1. Okay, so let us compute the summation of area 2, variance number 2, and that is for the second section. So this is equal to 22 point. This is 22.5 cubic meters. So check natin. Okay, we have 22.5. Right now we have the values. All we have to do is substitute. So we have the discharge squared divided by 9.81. What is area 2 bar H2? That is, we have 22.5 minus, what is area 1 bar H1? Area 1 bar H1 is the same as 5 over 12. This is all over. We have 1 over area 1. What is area number 1? Area number 1 is equal to 1.75 square meters. So this is 1 over 1.75 square meters minus 1 over area 2. Area 2 is 18 square meters. So let us 1 over. This is 1 over 18 square meters. So let us compute for the discharge. So basically, ang pinaka-purpose lang naman nito is to compute discharge by measuring the head just before and after the jump. Just to measure the discharge. So we have a discharge equal to 20. This is 20.493 cubic meter per second. Okay, so one application, there is one application of hydraulic jump. So to measure discharge. So sabi nga natin, if you are to do this in an experiment, so we have the initial depth before and after the jump. So this is before the jump, this is after the jump. So by just measuring these two depths of water in that open channel, you can compute for the discharge. So how about, by the way, but this hydraulic jump can cause head loss because of this contraction. So if you are to construct the energy equation, we will be having D1 as your elevation head. Then we have the velocity head. That is the V1 squared over 2G. Take note, we don't have a pressure head since this is open channel. Then a head loss on the other side. Head loss, then the velocity head on that number 2. So if you have to construct the equivalent energy equation, this is the same as elevation at 1, that is the same as depth number 1, plus V1 squared over 2G is equal to the head loss plus V sub 2 squared over 2G plus depth number 2. So in this equation, you may compute the head loss caused by the hydraulic jump. And that is for hydraulic jump.